Question to guys. What questions would you like to ask girls but have always been too shy to? How often do you masturbate?
Maybe 8, 10 times a week when I'm not seeing anyone. When I was single, maybe 5 times a week. Now that I'm in a relationship, about 1 or 2 times a week. Each time I have sex, since it's the only way for me to orgasm.
Why do you never speak directly when you flirt, only dropping subtle hints?
We need 100% clarity. Damn it! Back when I was in college, I used to be pretty aggressive and persistent in showing my interest in guys, and I almost always got rejected. I asked my boyfriend's friends why that was happening, and they said it was too intimidating. Keep in mind, I wasn't pinning them against the wall or grabbing their balls. I was just asking if they wanted to go on a date or if they'd leave me their number. Anyway, after talking to my guy friends, I stopped being so straightforward and went back to subtle hints.
What happens if a girl takes Viagra? Does she get a female erection or what?
A female erection, no. Amazing sex, yes. The increased blood flow to the pelvic area really helps enhance pleasure. I lost count of how many orgasms I had that night when I took Viagra. My boyfriend and I were both on cloud 9. In my teenage years, I struggled with uncontrollable arousal.
Can women get wet accidentally?
Yes. Sometimes it's hard to ignore because you get wet in public and start wondering, is it my period or just arousal? You have to run to the restroom to check. One of the worst things is when you're wearing something tight and can't tell if it's menstrual blood or just normal discharge. It's super awkward if someone notices a stain on your butt. You have to keep checking in the bathroom to make sure everything's okay.
Do you like men with body hair removal?
The better the penis is groomed, the better the experience. Hair is not sexy. It's really unpleasant when it gets in your mouth. I think a completely hairless male body looks weird. Part of a man's appeal is that he looks opposite to a woman. But a huge bush of hair in the groin makes you look like a caveman. I think pubic hair should be trimmed short but not completely shaved off. Also, less hair means less dirt and sweat smell. The most important thing is hygiene.
What really happens when girls go to the bathroom right before sex? Do you pee? Do you think? Please enlighten me.
Actually, I almost always pee. During sex, there's pressure on the bladder, so you feel the urge to pee, which makes it harder to relax and enjoy. I pee, check my underarms for smell, sometimes do a quick hair removal, check my makeup, sometimes brush my teeth, general preparation, basically.
Is it really true you don't mind if you don't orgasm during sex? Do you really just enjoy the process?
I don't expect to orgasm every time. It's just not realistic for me. Sex is still pretty enjoyable. But if we have sex multiple times in a row and I don't orgasm, I do get upset. If I've mentally prepared to reach orgasm, I won't calm down until I get there.
When a girl is on her period, I always notice some kind of scent from her, a nice one, like perfume. What the hell is that?
It's probably pheromones. Or maybe you just have a good sense of smell. Menstrual discharge has a distinct smell. In my dorm, there was a girl who could always tell who had their period. Vaginas have different natural scents, and we can smell them too. That being said, some girls use scented pads. I personally don't. I'm allergic. But I know many girls who do. Maybe you're picking up on that scent, though I'm not sure.
Double question. 1. Guys often go to bars looking for a one-night stand. Do girls do that too? Do you just go out to have fun, or do you also hope to find someone for a hookup? 2. If yes, how do you choose your target? Be honest, would you only take someone home if they're smart, rich, and hot, or is it enough if they're just cute and normal?
Thank you. Honestly, I never went to clubs to find sex. Usually, I just wanted to hang out and have fun with my friends. But I can't speak for all women. Everyone has different intentions. No, when I go to bars and clubs, it's just to socialize and dance. Last time I was in a club, one of my guy friends got harassed by a girl who didn't understand no. He even showed her his wedding ring, but she didn't believe he could turn down sex. She called him impotent, and it almost ended in a big scene. I stopped going to that club after that.
How can oral sex be made even better? Tips and advice.
First, trim your damn nails. Second, don't try to shove your whole face down there. Third, don't change the rhythm every 2 seconds. Focus on your tongue. You'll feel when we like something, stick with that tempo for a while. Sometimes slow it down a bit.
How many times have you farted and blamed it on someone else?
With my boyfriend, yes, sometimes. With random guys around, disgusting.
Do all girls really think guys only want one thing?
Currently, I'm in college, and yes, that's mostly true. I'd say about 80% of the guys who approach me just want sex.
Can you actually feel when a guy finishes inside you?
I don't feel the semen shoot out or anything. I notice it once I stand up and it starts leaking. But we can feel the penis pulsating during orgasm and a little warmth inside.
Do girls with large labia have them stick to their legs like a sweaty scrotum?
My friend said yes. Some even call them bat wings. It depends on the clothing, but yes, it can get pretty hot and sticky down there.
Are periods really as awful as girls say?
Oh my God, it's such a long explanation. First of all, your abdomen keeps cramping like constant mini contractions throughout the entire cycle just to push all the blood out of the uterus. It's painful. Add to that muscle cramps, physical pain, bloating, all your favorite companions. Plus, you lose blood, which leads to anemia, dehydration, and loss of essential nutrients, especially potassium, which helps regulate your weight. It can make your stool softer and sometimes cause diarrhea. Overall, it's a very unpleasant experience. Of course, if you drink lots of water and eat right, it's not as bad. But during your period, you also crave junk food and alcohol, neither of which are good for your body at that time.
How do you wipe your butt with long nails?
Very carefully. As a guy who wore long nails for a Halloween costume, I can confirm very carefully. Not the hero we need, but the hero we deserve. How uncomfortable are big boobs, really? Very. Clothes never fit right because of my chest. During my period, my breasts hurt like hell. A good bra is ridiculously expensive. Spontaneous running? Forget it. As a short woman with a large chest, I can say that big boobs can be a real nightmare. I can't even count how many times I've knocked things over with my breasts. Sometimes it's even dangerous. My coworkers used to laugh at me because I couldn't reach the back of the fridge shelves. My boobs would get in the way. The fridge was full of stacks of petri dishes. I work in a lab. I can't reach anything under the bed or behind the couch either. If I drop something, I have to wait months until my husband is home and in the mood to help move the furniture, because my boobs just don't fit in tight spaces. My back constantly hurts. There's never a moment it doesn't hurt. My damn bras cost between $65 and $80 each, and I have to own several to alternate them daily and distribute the strain across different muscle groups. I hate big boobs, but until I can afford a reduction, I'm stuck with them. For men, arousal is usually obvious, but women are more sensitive.
Which body parts turn you on the most?
I have my own erogenous zones. Ears, especially the lobes kissing or licking them. Collarbone. Stomach. Also, kisses on the inner thighs and the backs of the knees can feel amazing. It gives me goosebumps when it's done right, gently and slowly.
What do you really think about dating a virgin?
I know guys usually worry about this, but I'm curious about girls' opinions. Honestly, I don't care. The biggest concern I have with any sexual partner is steeds not their experience. In fact, I'd probably prefer a virgin who's willing to learn, because way too many experienced guys only care about their own pleasure.
I never understood how periods can turn women into either raging maniacs or total crybabies. Why?
Your muscles keep cramping to push out all the blood and mucus. It hurts. At the same time, your hormones are all over the place, making you super emotional. Trust me, we're just as confused by this mess of feelings as you are.
What does vaginal sex feel like? What does an orgasm during vaginal sex feel like?
When you have vaginal sex, it feels like someone is moving inside you. If the partner is good, it feels amazing, especially if they stimulate your G-spot. During vaginal sex, I mostly feel him moving back and forth inside my vagina. It can be great if he hits the right spots, but honestly, most guys don't, especially a missionary position. That's why a lot of girls prefer doggy style. It's easier to hit the G-spot that way. When a guy does it right and you orgasm, it feels like pulsing, rhythmic contractions inside the vagina. When I was with my ex, he could sometimes feel my vagina pulsing during orgasm.
Do you always know when guys are staring at your boobs?
Yes, we absolutely know. It's what your eyes do, we notice immediately.
I often hear that girls are even hornier than guys. Is that true? Do girls think about sex as much, or even more, than guys?
Hell yeah. I think about sex all the time, especially when I'm alone. I used to think it was weird because of what society says, but now I just accept it and move on. I wish I had a boyfriend who could keep up with multiple rounds in bed. That would be amazing.
Is it really true that sometimes it feels like a guy's penis is hitting your stomach?
Yes, if it's big enough and goes deep enough, but it's almost always unpleasant. That feeling usually means he's hitting the cervix, and it hurts like hell. I've been told it's similar to the pain guys feel when they get hit in the balls, a slow, deep, awful pain in the lower abdomen. If I feel that happening, I stop immediately.